Hello, everyone. Welcome to Logic. My name is Joseph, your professor. Today, I'll be going over an intro video, or welcoming you to class. So this is for my first two Logic classes for the semester. So the first 8 weeks. So whether your number lines up here or not doesn't matter. It's the same format for those two classes. So I'll just use this one. So basically, first thing you do when I initiate Canvas, which I'll be doing tonight later, is you'll come here to the home page and you'll see your entire syllabus right in front of you. Literally on the home page, this is your syllabus all the way down. And if you scroll, you'll actually start seeing examples of your 8 weeks right here. So the very first thing you'll do when you hit Canvas is watch this video that I'm recording now. So it'll say, "Hi class." The very first thing you do is watch this intro video by your professor. Click it, and then you'll be listening to me basically give you a survey of the course. So in this video, I'm going to help you figure out whether you want to take the course or not. It's 8 weeks of logic. Well, we'll do everything in these 8 weeks that we would have done in a normal semester for 16 weeks. Okay, so it's accelerated, which makes it a little harder. But that's where we're at. So basic information, I'm Joseph Komrosky. There's my email. If you email me, I'll respond to you within 24 hours. My virtual office hours, pretty much Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 12 to 1, I'm checking emails. If you email me at 11:30 at night, I'm not checking your email or, late in the day. So, but these are the times that I will get to the emails. There will be no mandatory Zoom meetings. In other words, you do not need to do Zoom to have this class or pass this class or anything like that. Some classes do Zoom where everybody, logs in. I don't do that. I have videos for everything you'll do in Logic. I have another site, which we'll get into in a minute here, Mindtap, which is from Cengage. It's a platform where you'll do all your homework on. But that's pretty much already set up for you. But yeah, no Zoom. If during my office hours you want to schedule a Zoom meeting with me, you can. So just let me know. That's optional. But once again, you do not need to attend any meetings to pass this class. I don't do that. If you need help with Canvas, if you're new to college or if you're new to Canvas, call this number. Call this number, and then when they ask you, "Hey, what Canvas class do you have?" show them whatever number is up there and say, "That's my class." They can log in to your class as if they are you and help you with anything. They're awesome. So that's their 1-800 number. And finally, if you need help with Cengage's Mindtap, don't call me. Call Cengage right there. And they can, again, enter your class, access everything for you. And I'll show you that in a minute. So those are just the basics. Again, this video will cover both classes for 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 2, 3, 7, 9, 1. That's the other class, okay? Because both of you are the early 8 weeks, let's say. All right. So if you come down, there's my little logic guy, the thinking man. Overview. What is logic? Why is it important? Logic it's a human enterprise, and it's in the business of correct reasoning. In this class, we will analyze how to reason correctly. One of the ways to reason correctly is to use language in a precise manner. We're going to avoid sloppiness, vagueness, ambiguity. You'll learn all about that. The analysis of language is an instrument of sound thinking in morals, politics, and everyday life. Even in religion, there's a bunch of things we can add this to. The course is designed to assist students to analyze an argument, to avoid faulty conclusions in reasoning, to understand levels of meaning and kinds of arguments, to avoid verbal pitfalls, to understand the steps of scientific methods, and to identify value assumptions. So over the semester, we'll rationally engage questions such as the following. What's the difference between an assertion and an argument? Why is that important for you becoming a good critical thinker? What's the difference between an opinion and an argument? Is an opinion the same thing as an assertion? Yeah, pretty much. How good is an argument you're advancing? How do you evaluate the arguments? What's the difference between a posteriori and a priori argument or reasoning? We'll see that. What's the difference between an inductive and a deductive argument? And are there different kinds? Yeah, there's a lot of inductive kinds and a lot of deductive kinds of argument forms. How can you recognize a strong versus a weak argument? So this class, logic, you might say, is all about arguments. Critical thinking, which is a separate class, it'll analyze arguments, but it's even more about, assumptions that you make, beliefs that you hold. Are you consistent with these beliefs? So it's got some logic in it, and then it goes more broad. But logic is that and more, but very precisely we'll be analyzing arguments. And why might we be analyzing arguments? Like, what the hey, who cares, right? I'll tell you why. You're using arguments every day of your life, unless you're a little child, toddler, crawling around the floor. I mean, when you're an adult, you're using arguments, whether you know it or not. You're trying to convince someone of something. That would be your conclusion. You're using reasoning, evidence, facts in order to persuade them that your conclusion is true, right? When you're doing that, whether you want a job raise from your boss, whether you want your professor to, evaluate your arguments, whether you want your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever to stay with you, you use arguments all the time. You're trying to convince somebody of a conclusion, and you're trying to support that. So it's very practical. The word logic might scare some of you, but I promise you've been using this for most of your life. What we're going to do in this class is help you how to fine-tune those skills that you've already been using, okay? And to be confident when you're applying logic and evaluating your own logic and somebody else's logic. So that's the fun, practical part of it. Required text. So for this class, it's online. In other words, if you get the actual physical book for this class, you still won't be able to take the class. You will need to eventually pay for Cengage, which is a separate platform, which we're looking at right now. So if some of you email me and you say, I already have the book from, last year, or I got it online, hey, that's up to you. But in order to pass this class, you must use Mindtap, which has that book in an electronic form. Okay, so basically Mindtap is a very specific software for this book that we're using by Hurley. And it's got chapters 2, 1, 3, and 6. It's got a lot more chapters, but those are the chapters for this 8 weeks, right? And all those assignments are embedded in Mindtap. So you can read down below, but you must use Mindtap. If you purchase it directly from Cengage, it's about $93. Cengage gives you 2 weeks to use the book for free, this electronic platform. It gives you a chance to see whether or not you still want to stay in the class. After that 2 weeks, they'll give you a full refund for Mindtap if you decide to drop my class. Otherwise, you have to pay at that point, unless you just pay at the beginning. If you're going to stay in this class, just pay at the beginning and be done with it. And again, reminder, if any other questions in getting Mindtap, accessing Mindtap, problems within Mindtap, don't call me, call Mindtap. I know some of you are like supreme texters. Call them. You want to text them and you want to get lost in text land or possibly email land, you can, but it's better to get somebody live right on the phone, accessing your course, looking at what you're looking at, helping you with your problem. That's just the way I do it. That's just my advice. So how do you access Mindtap? So for some of you, we've got these tabs in, Canvas. We have home, announcements, modules, quizzes, assignments. Go to modules and you'll see that your whole 8 weeks is already set up. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay. And everything you have to do in Mindtap will be called an Applia assignment. You click on those, you go right into your assignment. Okay. But the reason I'm bringing you here is when you go into modules, this very first one, register and access for Mindtap, that's what you will click to get your Mindtap. Okay. It'll look different for you than it does for me. I'm a professor. I already have access to this website. So however it looks for you, you got to go in there. You got to pay for it or at least register for the 2-week trial period for free. And you'll eventually get this far. So let me get out of here. So it'll look something like this for you. And basically, okay, so we have chapter 2, chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 6. Let me swing my dude head over here. Okay. Each one of these chapters has these assignments. You click on it. All right. Each chapter on a specific assignment. And this is, some of you are already thinking, but where's the book, dude? All right, here it is. The book is an electronic book, so for each section you click it, you have your reading right in front of you. So there's your reading. 2.1 goes all the way through. You have a bunch of examples in here. You have sometimes embedded videos that really help you. They're pretty awesome. So you have that. And you also, in each section, you have your homework. So for example, 2.1, your very first homework, you go in there, you have, your assignments, 1 through 4, how many points each. And I believe that you can do these assignments, I think you have 3 full attempts. Yeah, 3 attempts for each question. So, or for each section of your homework. So I make it easy on you in Mindtap. The bottom line for me is I want you to learn your homework. I don't want you to come here, have one chance, freak out. You either ace it and you don't know why, or you did horribly, you don't have another chance to improve. You get 3 attempts. So if you watch their videos, do the reading, watch my videos, you should be able to breeze through anything in this class. And you got to do the reading. I wouldn't take this class if I were you. I highly suggest you do not just watch the videos and try to do your homework unless you're really, really good. You've already thought about logic for a long time and all that. You're going to run into problems. You want to read through the Hurley text. This is why I wanted it for this class, because it's awesome. I've used a few other logic books in the past or looked at them, and Hurley is just the best for me. It's way up there. And I'll tell you why, because it takes a hard subject and it simplifies it as best as possible for you to work through. So in my opinion, doing this for the last 6 years and teaching logic, this book is a gem. Okay? So anyways, let's go on to modules. And yeah, so basically you'll register for Mindtap. You got your chapter, you got flashcards if you want to use them, you got your chapter test. And then when we get into chapter 1, and some of you might be asking, hey, why are you starting with chapter 2 before chapter 1? You got that backwards? No. So I start with chapter 2 because it deals with language and meaning and definition. Before we even get into arguments, we're going to get into how you use words and language on an everyday basis. And I'm going to help you fine-tune the way you use language. That way, by the time you get to chapter 1, that deals with arguments, the basic concepts, you will very much appreciate the language that you will use to make arguments with, okay? So that's why I reverse the chapters. It's easier on you. And you'll notice in chapter 1, at the end here, it says chapter 1 videos. You can watch these for each little section that you do. And I believe that these videos are embedded inside your reading. So, for example, let's go to reading 1.4. We're skipping way far ahead, but just to show you, okay? So let's say you go in here, and it's a nice text, by the way. So you go in here, you're like blah blah blah. You turn the page, and there's a way to get these to where you scroll down for the whole chapter. I forget how to do it. I just want to see. There it is. So one of those videos that you saw in that video section, it's embedded in your text. So when you come to this part of the reading, stop, relax, listen to the video. Confused? Listen to it again. Okay? So it's pretty awesome. Mindtap's awesome. And what this does is it records it It takes all your grades that you do for every assignment and it automatically uploads them into Canvas. Okay, so all of these assignments in your Canvas are going to, or all those assignments in your Mindtap will automatically get kicked right into your Canvas. So you don't have to do anything, it just does it for you. Okay, so let's go back to modules. In your first week, you will have, these are all like friendly videos. If you're new to online, you can watch them or not watch them, it's up to you. And here's an intro to logic video. And that will be the one that I'm recording now. I'll make sure that that's there. You will have two things you have to do in the first 2 days of class. So class starts Monday. By Tuesday night, just before midnight, you must do the syllabus orientation quiz. It's 10 questions, super easy. It shows me that you've actually logged in, you're taking this class, and you're active. If you do not complete this and this assignment, the getting to know you, I will drop you from my class come Wednesday morning. That's just because some of you have registered for this class, you never even plan on taking it, and you're going to be dropped. Getting to know you, super easy, kind of fun. It's a social thing. You got 6 questions you have to answer. You'll see everybody's questions. Once you submit yours, you'll be able to see everybody else who posts. Why are you taking this class? What's your major? On and on. What's your favorite movie or movie series? And you got to post these no later than, I'll change this date. It should say by Tuesday before 11:59. And then you also have to do one more thing. You have to make one reply to one other student. Say something about their post or their picture. So this is just a chance to get to know everybody in the class, okay? Those first 2 assignments, they're very easy. They'll take a maximum of 20 minutes, maybe 30, and you're done. So that's this orientation module part. If you want to look at these, you can skip them if you want. This is just for people new to online classes. And then these 2 you must do, okay? Then you're ready for week one assignments. Yes. And again, you might think, well, that's a lot, but that's just how this works when the 8-week classes. You're going to be diving right in and fully starting to work. So one more time, I'll emphasize, I do everything I do in this 8 weeks that I do in a 16-week class, okay? So you have your assignment, and then you have a video. So just to show you, let's say 2.1. Oh, by the way, for each week, you will have PowerPoint slides that you can look at. You just click this. It just shows you the objectives. For everything you're going to do in Chapter 2, it'll just show you like what I expect of you. But for now, let's just say before you do your Applia assignment, and by the way, once you register for Mindtap, when you click these, it just takes you right into Mindtap. Okay, it's all linked up for you. But this is my video. So this will literally take you to my YouTube page, and it's a video section for everything I want you to do in chapter or section 2.1. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Joseph Komorowski. Today we'll be covering a mini lecture out of Hurley's Introduction to Logic text. We'll be in Chapter 2, Language, Meaning, and Definition. And today...
Ding dong, see? That's just a video going over everything I expect of you. Now these videos, I think I do videos for every chapter except for Chapter 3. Those are fallacy videos. There's really fun ones I pull online, so I'll have you watch those. But I pretty much walk you through everything I expect in class, okay? So you do not have to watch any videos at all, but I highly suggest you do. If you watch all of my videos and the ones inside the Mindtap text, you're golden, okay? And you need any other help outside that, you just contact me during my office hours or whatever. Okay, so you got a video for every section. Week 1, week 2, see I have an assignment here, a video there, assignment there, Chapter 2 test, on and on. I think in week 6, you will have, outside of your ordinary assignments, you're going to have a movie to watch and a discussion forum. Pretty fun movie, by the way. on campus, yeah, remember those days when you were on campus? We used to watch this movie inside my class for a day or two. So, but anyways, the movie will be here. It'll be free for you. You have a discussion forum. And then weeks 7 and 8 closes out, and then you have your final exam. The final exam is only chapter 6, okay? I don't do a cumulative final here online. Sometimes I do that in in-person classes, but for this one, it's just chapter 6. And the reason why is chapter 6 is hard enough. Chapter 6 is the hardest chapter of the whole semester, so just that chapter alone is considered your final exam for the whole class, okay? So those are your modules. All your assignments are already built in. Your names, if you've registered for my class, you already are inside Mindtap. Once you register for the class, boom, it already has all the assignments and your name's there, okay? So let's go back to home. So once again, you got to get Mindtap, contact these people. It's pretty easy to do. Homework, 60% of your grade. You got to do well in homework. 3 chapter exams, 20% of your final grade. Final exams, 20%. Your 2 lowest scores from Applia homework will be dropped from Canvas. So you could actually skip 2 homeworks if you wanted to, or let's say you struggle and you don't do well, those will be dropped from the class. It will not count towards your grade. So in that sense, that's all you get for this class. Use them wisely, okay? So 2 lowest dropped. Grading, it's all done in Mindtap automatically, and those grades get transferred to Canvas. This is very, very important. You have 3 attempts on your homework. If you hit this key, I am done, grade assignment now, and it was only your first attempt, you will not have it a second or third attempt. So do not hit I am done, grade assignment now, unless you're literally done and you figured, I aced this, I'm good enough, that's it, grade me. So again, I've put a screenshot here so that you can read through this, okay? You have 3 attempts for each section of your homework. Do not hit I'm done, grade now, unless you're totally done and then you're ready to move on, okay? So again, read this, very important. And problems, call Mindtap. All right, my grading scale. I use this if you're going to do extra credit, and then ultimately the Mount SAC grading scale is this. So this brings us to extra credit. And voila, there's a video on my extra credit and exactly what I offer and how you must do it and what you got to turn in. Watch that video. It will show you more info about this and your final grade, okay? So I've got 4 movies: After the Dark, Pi, The Man Who Knew Infinity. These are mind-boggling, awesome movies. I personally love them. I've seen them many times. They're all related to logic. This is not related to logic, but it is awesome. If you've seen it, you're like, oh my God. And I said, yeah, well, I said the same thing. It's an incredible movie, and I make a forum for you. So anyways, this is just one part of the extra credit challenge. You can watch 2 movies. You got to fill out a form for each movie, which is about 2 pages each. Or you have the Scholar Challenge, which you can read a book. And I believe I have this book inside the Mount SAC library. You have the Social Challenge. You can go to a conference or whatever. But if I change extra credit through the semester, I'll let you know. You got to pick one. Again, if you're interested, watch my video. I map all that out for you. Student learning objectives. These are what you will learn from this class. Learn how to distinguish arguments from non-arguments, various kinds of definitions, strong, weak arguments, stuff like that. How to translate arguments into symbolic form. And some of this seems overwhelming now, but trust me, at the end of this 8 weeks, you'll literally be like, oh yeah, I totally know what that is. Important deadlines. Class starts August 24th, ends October 18th. Late work, I do not accept late work. If you email me a week later after your assignment's due and you say, oh my gosh, I totally forgot, can I still do it? Your answer will be no. I do not accept late homework. That is why I dropped the 2 lowest of your homeworks, because if you skipped homeworks or forgot to do them, you could use those 2 for those 2 times that you might do that, okay? So you can read all this. Online attendance policy. Again, in the first 2 days, you have to do these 2 assignments. They're mandatory to stay in my class. Cheating, plagiarism, Don't do it. Plagiarism, we don't really write papers in here, but we do have the 12 Angry Men movie, and you'll have to do a discussion forum. Don't cut and paste somebody else's answers into there. That's just dumb, because I'll know if you do it or not. Student services, I have all kinds of places at Mount Sac for you to get extra help with, and there's probably more that I don't have on here and that I just haven't added yet. But click on these. There are communities inside Mount Sac. They will love you. They love to help you, and they're there to help you. So if you're a student and I'm just going to break it all down. If you're Afro-American, if you're Filipino, if you're an islander, if you're a single parent mom, if you're a veteran, if you're LGBTQRS or whatever, the modern mnemonic is today, all of these, and if they're not on here, you simply call Mount Sac and you say, hey, my professor said I might be able to get, more resources. Can you help me out? I visited every one of these on Mount Sac. If you're financially challenged or whatever. So anyways, just look through this. CalWorks, if you're a Dreamer student, if you're, I don't know, there's just so many, okay? So many. And every one of these are little communities that are designed to help you. Bridge, transferring from Mount Sac out to other colleges and what you have to do. So look through these high school outreach programs. We have high schoolers attending Mount Sac that aren't even 18-year-old. I mean, awesome. 18 years old. Awesome for them. They're like way ahead of the system. So again, why do I say this? Because when I was a student at Mount Sac, and yes, I was a student at Mount Sac back in 94 to 99, I got my AA degree in liberal arts and my AS degree in radiologic technology. I'm an X-ray tech, and I'm also a nuclear medicine tech. But I went to Mount Sac, like a lot of you. I was there for 5 years. They didn't have half these. They didn't have most of these programs that would have helped me. The one that did help me was the Veterans Service Center. If you're a veteran, disabled veteran, guess what? You get priority registration. So a lot of these centers will have free computer labs if you're allowed on campus. Some allow priority registration. There's just really cool things that they offer you. And the reason I'm spending extra time with this is because these are free resources. You got to take advantage of them, okay? Life's already hard enough. Some of you are living out of your car. Some of you got kids. Some of you are just got extra anxiety and stress because of this, COVID or whatever kind of situation we're in. And life could be easier for you. So there you go. Any questions? Reach out to me. I'll help you, okay? Disability accommodations. Let me know if you have a disability. I had one when I was at Mount Sac. I was a disabled veteran. I had back pain. Did I need any special disabilities? No. But if I had a wheelchair, they would have helped me. So things like that. So let me know. Okay, course calendar. This is just a brief survey of what I'm going to be expecting of you for the 8 weeks, and pretty much I do one chapter every 2 weeks. So chapter 2, in your first week, you're going to have 3 assignments, but guess what? They're pretty easy. Okay. Second week, 2 other assignments, chapter test. Weeks 3 and 4 cover all of chapter 1. Weeks 5 and 6 cover all of chapter 3. Plus I throw a movie in there, which is fun. It's a totally fun assignment. And it's an awesome movie. It's in black and white. I know you're thinking, what? I'm watching a dang black and white video. I'll tell you right now, it's so amazing. I've been showing it for 6 years. All my students love it because it shows you sloppy thinking that jurors use, and then it shows you how they progress in their thinking. Really, really cool movie. It's stood the test of time, and that's why you're going to watch it. Chapter 6, weeks 7 and 8, and then your final exam. And then extra credit, I make due like a day after your final exam, if you choose to do extra credit. These are some important dates for you. And, if you want to read this down below, my favorite school that I've never attended and why I'm still crying that I haven't went. No, I'm just kidding. It's an awesome school. Obviously, I'm a philosopher. I teach logic. But this is, if you're going to pursue humanities or philosophy, the Thomas Aquinas Great Book School, it blew my mind. So I actually have that great book set in my office. If any of you ever visit me in my office when we're back on campus, or if some of you already have and now you're taking my logic class, you'll know. You've already seen my great book set, and I've already probably talked about it in front of you. So anyways, okay. So there's a general survey of what I expect of you. You got to get Mindtap. Everything's sectioned out. You'll notice first week, you're going to have homework due Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Second week, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. And then third week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. And then from there on out, every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I do that because Sunday I don't really want to have anything due. On some of these other weeks, I'm compensating for a holiday. That's why I've shifted. For example, I believe this week there's a holiday on Monday, so I've pushed an assignment to Tuesday. Okay, so that's why. Every assignment and every test is due at 11:59 just before midnight. If you submit it after that or it locks you out, that's because you were too late. So, yeah. Everyone except for the ones due. Actually, this... I even think this says 5 o'clock. I think it's due at 11:59. So I do that because we're all online. I'll give you to the end of the night on the day it's due. Okay, so let's go back up. That is pretty much your rundown of these 8-week semester. And if you want to stay in my class, what I expect of you. So the hallmarks are we don't have Zoom hours. Pretty much I have videos for everything you're going to do in this class. Get Mindtap. It's all set up for you. Start doing your homework. That's it. And like I said, I walk you through everything on your homework. If it's really, really hard, you'll be watching me. You can watch these videos over and over. You could speed up the time. And the bottom line with me is I think logic's an extremely powerful class, and this will relate to every class that you ever take in your life or anything you do in your life. You'll be able to apply this to it, especially if it relates to arguments using reasoning. So in that sense, it'll be very practical for you. And if you want to know a little bit about me, I am defending my dissertation in philosophy this December. So I'm doing a PhD in philosophy at Claremont Graduate University. This semester, you'll be lucky to read you'll be fortunate to, if you want to, read one of my papers that's being published as we speak. It'll come out in the Journal of Consciousness Studies in November, December. And I make an argument against some professional philosopher. So I'll literally have you look at my paper and I'll ask you, what kind of argument form am I using? And by the end of the class, you'll be able to recognize it very easily. And then some of you, if you want to read the paper and give me feedback, you can evaluate my argument. So anyways, I love philosophy. Been teaching it for 6 years, been studying it for over 20. And I'm a professional philosopher. I'll present a paper at a conference once in a while. If I can, I'll try to publish. But I love that, and I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to share with you. So, yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, just email me, let me know. And I really hope you enjoy this class, and I will help you, if you have questions even outside of this class in your future career and things of that nature. I have a master's degree. I had to study for that too, and I transferred into a PhD program. So some of you are just figuring out, like, how can I get into a 4-year university, such as a Cal State or UC, stuff like that. I can help you with that. Other than you talking to a counselor, you can ask me everyday coaching life questions like that, and I'd love to help you. So that's about it. And yeah, any other questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.